Welcome, everybody. Welcome. It's going to be an awesome session today, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still expecting a few more people from our group, and I know they're going to be in any moment from now. So today we're going to be using the chat option. So if you have anything, like if you can't hear me or you have any issues, just use the chat option, and I will try and respond to that. So, because sometimes in the past, I do notice that when we use when I unmute everybody, then it kind of becomes a little bit of a problem. Like I can literally hear all kind of background noises, and it's a little bit disturbing. But anyway, uh, just a quick housekeeping tips there. So Happy New Year to you all. I want to welcome you to the Financial Intelligence session today. We intend to have these sessions on a weekly basis, so please try and encourage me to keep up, because you guys in the group, I always promise that I'm going to do these weekly meetings, but one way or the other, then something comes in between and I'm unable to keep up. So I will encourage that I would ask that you encourage me to keep it up, please. So if we can meet weekly or, maybe even fortnightly, if we're unable to meet weekly, then we can actually meet on a fortnight basis, and that should be good. So I want to welcome each member of the mastermind group. I hope we're all here. I think some of us are still not here anyway, but because I can see some people online that I wasn't even expecting, so I want to respect everybody's time. Usually I would wait like 5 or 10 minutes because I know people sometimes join late, but it's okay. I want to welcome each member of the mastermind group. I welcome you guys. I know we have some great things going on, so I want to welcome you guys. I also want to welcome members of the MMF group and our cryptic group. I want to welcome you guys as well on board. So once again, Happy New Year to everybody. Let's get going. So the session today is going to be a financial intelligence. If you're joining us for the first time, you're awesomely welcome. I can see some new names that I know you're joining us for the first time, so you're welcome as well. Like I said earlier, we intend to have these sessions on a weekly basis, so feel free to join in. I will be sharing this on my status anyway on a weekly basis, so feel free to join in, so you're welcome. So who is smarter? Is it you or your money? We might not answer this question today, but I want you to ponder on this question for a while. Like, who is actually smarter? Are you smarter than your money, or is your money smarter than you? Is your money working for you, or are you sweating, trading your time for money? This is something that we're not going to answer today, but something that I want you to put on your radar and think about it. Are you actually smarter than your money, or is your money smarter than you? Are you trading your time for money? We'll find out. So our weekly meetings is going to be about financial intelligence, although there are many definitions for financial intelligence, but there's one that actually stands out, and is financial intelligence is the ability to convert cash or labor into assets that will provide cash flow in return. This is what our weekly meetings or sessions will be all about. It's time to learn how we can send our money on errand. So on a weekly basis, we're going to be talking about is, how can you convert cash or your labor into assets that will in return bring money into your pocket, basically, that will become an asset that brings money to your pocket. So we want to talk about that on a weekly basis. Always remember that the rich acquire assets like paper assets, landed properties, real estates, business systems. Maybe we can even throw cryptocurrencies into that category as well. The rich acquire basically things that put money into their pockets. Of course, it's a journey, and that is what our weekly financial intelligence session is going to be all about anyway. While the poor hold on to liabilities, so some go as far as keeping up with the Joneses. They live on loans to look good to other people. Sometimes it's caused by peer pressure anyway, but you probably would see like most poor people that live on loan, like so many things like that, just trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to look good to other people as well. What the poor people do is they acquire basically things that take money away from their pockets, and like I said, some of you probably already know what I'm talking about, but some people might not know. So this is what our weekly session is going to be about anyway. It's impossible that we answer all questions today, although today I want to talk about cryptocurrencies, and I want to talk about the opportunities in cryptos before it's too late, because I can actually identify some opportunities right now. So that's what I want to talk about today. But going forward, we will talk and learn about financial intelligence, the opportunities that you can tap into out there, how to send your money on errand, and so on like that. We also want to make this a fun session and interactive by using the chat options, like I said earlier. So I'm looking forward to see your chats. Let me see. I know I have a chat anyway. Yeah, yeah. So one person say thank you. Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. So we also want to, yeah, make this fun, like I said. So I'm gonna encourage that we use the chats, versus talking, because sometimes when people unmute themselves, then you can hear like some background noises and some people yelling, some car honking and stuff like that. But we want to try and avoid that, because what happens is when I'm releasing the recorded session of the video, then I have to pay attention to all of those tiny, tiny details and then edit them out, right? So, and it can also get congested and noisy at times. So just something to pay attention to. Yeah. So I encourage that we make this interactive as much as possible. So these are some powerful quotes that I picked up yesterday. I actually thought about it, and I would like you to pay attention to them, not just to read them, but to actually read and digest and grasp the meaning. Why the poor stay poor? You know, these are some of the things. This is not basically what make people remain poor, but basically some of the things and things that we probably don't even pay attention to. So the poor people, they blame other people for their lack of money. They exchange their time for money. And this is a very crucial one, because this is something that a lot of us we're not actually aware of, but we're all doing it all the time. We trade our time for money rather than sending money on errand, and then we have the time and freedom to spend with our loved ones and families and people that actually matter to us in life. So some of the things that the poor people do that makes them stay poor is they don't get financial education. And this is what our weekly sessions is going to be all about. We're going to be learning about financial intelligence, how to acquire assets and how to send money on errand, and then free up more of your time so you make your money work for you, then why you can do other things that you want to do as well. So they believe money is for the greedy, like sometimes that's like a misconception, right? People actually think that money is for the greedy, but no, or the selfish, but that's because they don't even know what they're talking about. So they are consumers. Poor people usually consume, they never become valuable and create something and give to other, but they just like take, but there's no give from their end, right? So and then they max out their credit cards. It's like this is applicable to some people, but basically not everybody. Like, but usually, like most poor people, they max out their credit cards on liability. So something that I want you guys to actually know is that in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. You can choose to be ignorant and not know what is happening over there. And as we go along, you're gonna actually understand what I'm trying to talk about today. So we are now in the information age. Okay, so anyone who tells you otherwise is simply deceiving you. So again, some of you already know, like I already explained what information age and the industrial age is all about. But again, this is something that we're going to be learning going forward. Okay, the world has moved on beyond the industrial age. So that's the age of the certificate. So, and hold on, I'm going to prove it to you if you're actually doubting me, okay? But first, let me ask you this question. So, if you're seeking to become wealthy or you desire to become financially free in this information age, and then you happen to find some youngsters, possibly doing like have affiliate marketing or YouTube or blogging, or and then they're making six figures on a monthly basis. So let's say they're earning anywhere between 20,000 and 100,000 on a monthly basis. I'm going to show you proof, and I know guys that are actually doing that anyway, but I'm going to show you some images as well. So some of you would not believe it's possible, right? But then you will see. So at the same time, you found a teacher who's been teaching with 20 years experience, earning a monthly salary. So maybe they're earning like $4,000 on a monthly basis. And obviously that depends on where such teacher is located in the world, because we know that in some parts of the world, they're probably not even earning anything close to that, right? So this teacher may never make $1 million in their lifetime. And by the way, $1 million is easy to make these days if you actually know what you're doing. Who would you rather be your mentor? Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying, but let me show you some proofs and open up your eyes and your mind a little bit. So look at this guy here. He's a YouTuber, and just per video is earning $120,000 per video. So let's say release a video a week, it's earning $120,000 per video just in a week, right? So would you rather ask someone like this to teach you what they do, or would you go to a teacher that teaches in a school and all they teach is just like basic subjects, and and they get to tell you that okay, you can become an employee? Or would you rather go to someone like this, right? So let me show you another one. So look at Lisa right here. She's earning $133,000 per video, right? Again, would you rather approach her to show you what she's doing, or would you rather go to someone who's earning like $1,000 or $2,000 a month to teach to teach you what they're doing? So it's really up to you, right? Dude Perfect, they're earning 300,000 per video, just 301,000 per video, right? Imagine they release a video like once or twice in a week or even in a month. You can imagine how much those guys are making. So we're in the age of information technology. Look at this lady right here. She's a Nigerian, and I just pulled this up yesterday, but I just want to let you know that this figure right here, it's not even like it's not a reflection of what they actually earn. But you can imagine like someone in Nigeria, right? Converting all the dollars into Nigerian currency, you can actually imagine how much that would be in the Nigerian currency. And look at this guy here. Um, so this is a Mark Angel comedy. Wow, this guy is earning up to $1.8 million in a year, right? So would you rather approach this guy to teach you what he know, right? Or would you rather, go to your teacher and say, hey, I want to make $1 million, but your teacher is only making $2,000 or $3,000 every month. So it's a logical thing, right? So by the way, I randomly picked these images. So there are other things you can do aside from these that can earn you huge returns. So I had a separate webinar for that anyway. This is something we can always talk about or discuss in our future sessions. But I just want to show you guys that today it's about cryptos, guys. So I actually knew when Bitcoin was $400. Wow, that was just 2017. Um, and I advise a few people that I know at that time to get in, and but they have no clue. People have no clue about these things. They put their money in scam websites, and people lose money that way. They're looking for high yield investments, like people promise to give you something so ridiculous within 24 hours or even within a month. So, guys, listen, you don't become financially free overnight unless you win a lottery. And even if you do win a lottery, chances are you'll blow it away real soon because you probably lack financial intelligence. So, as a matter of fact, I've known about Bitcoin since 2012, but it was accidentally then, and I never knew its purpose. I think I was trying to buy something online then, and they asked to pay in bitcoins, and I was like, okay, so what's bitcoins? But anyway, I figured out a way to get the bitcoins as at that time in 2012. This is actually a popular website, but I'm not going to mention the name. So I figured out a way to get a bitcoins to pay for the services then. But the mistake that I made then is I have no clue what bitcoins was all about. All I knew then was they were asking me to pay with bitcoins, and then I figured out a way to get it, and I paid exactly what they were asking me to pay as at that time, right? But I've known about it since 2012. Let me tell you something. A lot of people do not actually understand a thing, and they say it's risky or it's a scam. It is actually their lack of knowledge that makes them say investing is risky. For someone who has the knowledge, it isn't risky at all. A lot of people in the world do things blindly. They follow people blindly. They listen to what everybody is doing. It never occurred to them to seek a mentor or someone who has done what they're trying to do and gain full knowledge. I know people who have been in the same sport for years, and they always complain. Like, even in our group, I know guys that are always complaining. They say, oh, they cannot afford investing, in their lives. Because I always encourage people, like, you have to invest in your personal development. What you don't know, you have to find out, right? You have to learn and know. And these guys keep saying, oh, they cannot afford investing in their lives, yet they can take out loans to buy cars, obviously, which we know is a liability, of course, right? Or even they buy designers and keep and trying to keep up with the Joneses, like I uh, mentioned earlier. So today I want to talk about cryptos. Yeah. I will be showing you on the charts and identify some potential opportunities in the crypto space today. Just a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I am not advising you to invest in cryptos. So please talk to your financial advisor should you decide to invest in cryptos, okay? Also, I want to show you what I'm going to be showing is how to identify some potential opportunities in the crypto space. So I need to get that disclaimer out of the way before you come back and say, hey, yeah, but you told me to buy cryptos. You know what I'm saying, right? So right now, I'm going to hop onto the charts, and then I'm going to stop sharing this screen right now, and then I'm going to share another screen of my chart so I can show you what I want to show you. So I believe you guys can see my screen, the chat. So this is what I'm gonna be talking about today. The other ones we can actually catch up on a weekly basis. So I'm not gonna start with cryptos first because I want to open your eyes to something. So this is the S&P 500, right? So the S&P 500 is a combination of stocks from different companies. So it's a very, very strong trading stocks that people actually trade into, and then obviously people also follow this. Like, I've seen some people say that when the S&P stocks is like crashing, then other stocks would follow suit, right? So but I want to show you anyway because it's a very strong stocks that people trade. So I'm gonna go as far as I can go. I just want to show you guys something so you can. So by the time we get to cryptos, then you guys get to understand what I'm trying to show you. So right now, back in 2011, You could literally invest in the S&P 500, and let me tell you, people have actually make millions, if not billions, trading the stock market, right? So as far back as 2011, the price was $1,000. Let's just say $1,000, right? I want to show you something, so you guys should please pay attention. So you can see that the price was actually going up and going up and going up steadily, which is good, Like when it's going up like that, it's good. And then right here in 2014, we let me just change the color here. So in 2014, we actually saw that the market had like a bubble or crash or whatever terminology you want to call it, right? So you can see what happened here. Exactly the same thing happens in Bitcoins. Okay, I'm going to go to Bitcoins, but I want to show you guys something. So I want to open your eyes to something that you can actually see, and then I'm going to tell you how people trade it and then how the professional approach this as well. Okay, so right here the price crashed, or there was a bubble and then the price crashed. Okay, but then in 2014 again, luckily the price started going up again, and then we witnessed a very big crash in 2015. And even like that was a very, very messy year. Like you can see all the reds, like the price was really, really crashing. You can see that, and then it moved up. It started going up again, right? And then up, 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 and then again in 2018 the price crashed. Okay, I have a reason why I'm showing you guys this. Okay, because a lot of people don't understand these things. Same thing with the Dow Jones as well. You can see even like in 2020 the market crashed. Like the market crashed. Like people call it the market bubble. Like when the price keeps going up, 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 then people call it bubble, right? And what happens to a bubble, like when you pop a bubble, it's gonna drop, right? It's gonna like boom, like it's just gonna go down. So that's what happens in the market, okay? And same thing happened in crypto. So I'm just showing you guys this, and I want to explain something to you guys, okay? You see, the professionals. I'm gonna go back to the S&P 500, okay? So what people do, like an average man out there that they don't know what they're doing, is they listen to the news and they say, oh, the stock market is going up, oh, everybody's buying stocks, everybody's buying stocks. And you know what the professionals do? They just keep looking at them, okay? So what happened is when the price gets somewhere here, when the market starts crashing, an average man have no clue what's going on. Okay, they see that the price is crashing, and guess what they do? They start selling their stocks. In We call that transfer of wealth. Basically, what they're doing is they're transferring their wealth to the people that actually know what they're doing. Okay, so the market is crashing. The average man is saying, "Oh, my stocks is crashing." They panic and they start selling their stocks. And guess what? The professionals and the people that have the knowledge. Remember, I said earlier, right? Investing is not risky, but not having the knowledge of what you're doing is risky. Okay, so what those guys do is they wait for the market to crash. You already sold all your stocks, right? Because you think the market, because the news or something else is telling you that it's a bubble and the market is gone and it's gonna crash, and then you panic and you sell all your stocks. Okay, so the smart guys start to get into the market because they understand technical analysis. I'm not going to be talking about technical analysis today because you guys know that when I start talking about technical analysis, then we're probably going to be here for the rest of the day. So I'm not going to talk about technical analysis today. But what the smart guys do is, once the average man, like 90 or 95% of the people, they sell all of their stocks, and the smart guy starts to get in because they know that the market is going to go up, right? Because they have the knowledge, they know what they're doing, and guess what? They're going to get into the market and they're going to ride it again. But guess what the average man does? The average man will say, oh, the market is crashed, and then once the price starts to go up again, guess what? The average man will say, oh, the stock market is back up. Oh yeah, they're gonna go in, they're gonna buy, right? do what everybody else is doing. They do things blindly. They have no clue about what they're doing. Okay, so they gotta get in, and guess what's gonna happen again in the near future? There's gonna be some kind of a bubble, and then the market is gonna crash, right? This happens over and over again. Okay, so and it's a common thing, and I'm gonna move to cryptos and show you exactly the same thing in bitcoins. Okay, so guess what the average man is going to do? The average man literally just started buying here while the smart investors got in here. And because of their technical analysis knowledge, they know when to sell or when to cash out. Okay. And then they're going to buy at the bottom again. So the average man starts to sell their stocks again once the price starts to crash. Again, they're transferring their wealth to the smart investors, right? And look at what happened here. The price crashed from 2800 to around about 2300, which is still not bad. But if you have a lot of money in the stock market at that time, then you're probably going to see a huge dip in your portfolio. So again, the smart investors would get in around about this level. Okay, and guess what, you guys, like the people that don't know what they're doing, they get a sell off. They lose money all the time, and the smart investors make money all the time. I'm not going to talk too much about that, and I'm going to go to bitcoins, and after I'm done with bitcoins, I'm going to show you some of the opportunities that I'm looking at right now. Okay, like I told people 4 years ago, they didn't listen, but that's okay. So this is bitcoins. Bitcoins, let me go back as far as I can go. Hold on a second. Yeah, so as far as 2011, bitcoins was around about $20 or thereabout. Okay, so you can see the price around there. So it was around about $20. Okay, back in 2011. So let's do a little bit of maths here. Yeah, I put up a calculator on my screen, but I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's okay. Yeah, so imagine someone actually bought bitcoins for $20 in 2011. Let's just say, like, the time that I knew about bitcoins, right? Let's say I knew what it was all about, and I invested let's say I invested $1,000. Okay, let's say I invested $1,000, and then I bought it at 20 Bitcoin. So I would hold 50 Bitcoins. Okay. Let's say I just have some supernatural power, and then I know that Bitcoins is gonna one day go to $40,000. Okay. So I would have bought 50 Bitcoins at that time, and then just for $1,000, I just invested $1,000, which is not, I mean, $1,000 is not gonna kill. It might be a lot to some people, but it's just, we all do things that's even more than that, right? So now today, my 50 bitcoins would be worth $2 million. Okay, I invested $1,000, and then I'm making $2 million in return. You can see how huge that is, right? So let me just continue what I'm trying to explain, that I was also explaining in the stocks market as well. So when you see a price of things that it's actually going up like that, you should expect a bubble. It's called a bubble. It happens in the stock market. It's not just about cryptos. Okay, it happens. But what people don't understand is, first, let me say it is like, people don't know about bitcoins until around about I think 2017. That was when it was around about $400, somewhere around here, 2016. No, I think it actually went to $400 in 2017 anyway. But yeah, so people didn't know about bitcoins until around about 2016, and but people still didn't understand what it was all about. Anyway, so the price of bitcoin started going up, just like the price of the stock market would go up, or anything about that you can see on the chart. For example, I think I opened so we have the Nasdaq there. Yeah, I didn't open the one I was thinking, but that's fine. So the price of bitcoins was going up and up and up, but a lot of people don't have an idea what Bitcoin is or where the price would ever reach. But anyway, the price kept going up. What people don't understand is, when the price is going up, it's gonna crash. Okay, there's gonna be a bubble at some point in time. Like, all the smart investors will actually waiting for the bubble to happen. Like some smart investors, they didn't even know about Bitcoins until some years later. But then once they knew about it, they didn't even get in. They were like just waiting for the price to crash, which always happens in all stocks markets or anything in gold. Like I'm gonna show you. I think I actually opened gold as well. So this is gold, right? You can see like in 1999 the price of gold was actually $252 per ounce, like $250 per gold ounce, right? But the good thing is that the price was going up steadily, and that was good. But then you can see some declines here, like the price started crashing, right? So the smart investors would be very patient and wait until this happens before they get in, and then they're gonna go with the uh, second movement, right? So same thing was happening in Bitcoin, but because Bitcoin is a baby, like a lot of people don't know about it. Everybody was getting into Bitcoins, and then that kept pushing the price higher and higher. And then by the time, like, like everybody else know about it, the price was like 10,000 to 20,000. And then guess what? People started getting in around here. And I remember I was telling people, I mean, there was a guy. They didn't know that I know about this, and he was saying, "Oh, can you give me some money? I'm gonna invest in Bitcoins for you." I didn't say anything. I was just laughing. But I was saying, if I were you, I would be careful because what goes up always comes down. It's logical. I mean, it's not a rocket science. So the price started going up to about 20,000 dollars, right? Guess what? Everybody started buying bitcoins at $20,000. Everybody started getting in at $20,000, and then what happens afterwards? The price crashed heavily, like the bubble bust, like it busted at that time, and then the price crashed all the way. So you can imagine you put $20,000 into something, and then you wake up tomorrow, it's $3,000. Man, people were crying. Like it was crazy. Like people didn't know what they're doing. Once again, investing, it's not risky. Not knowing the knowledge or having the knowledge of what you're doing is risky. I want to ingrain that in you so you understand. So people got in here like 15,000, 20,000. Everybody were buying bitcoins. The price was going up. Everybody was so happy. Like some people got at 10,000, and the price was so, I mean, people were so happy. And then guess what? The price crashed all the way to 3,000. Guess what the smart investors did? They got in around about 3,000 or 4,000 or thereabout, because they know that this is a baby market that is going to go up. So the people that didn't actually have the opportunity to buy when it was like $400, or like $20, or $500, they got in at maybe $3,000. Okay, so and then guess what? Then the price bounced off the $3,000 range, and then it started going up, and then it went back to around about $11,000. Okay, so when the price got to around about $11,000, it still wasn't like a bullish market. But I want to show you something which is part of a technical analysis. So if you look at this right here, it looks like a W. Okay, so some of you guys that were actually in my forex trading, you probably have an idea of what I'm talking about. So if you look at this right there, and I'm actually on a weekly time frame, it's okay. If you have no idea what a weekly time frame is, it's okay. You probably will understand later. Okay, so if you look at this right there, this looks a bit like a W. Okay, so those guys that know what they're doing, well, the really smart investors would have gotten around about $3,000 or $4,000, which is fine. And let me do some maths for you again. So if you got in around about $3,000, so let's say you bought two bitcoins for $6,000 in 2018. Okay, so today your $3,000 would be worth $80,000. There is nowhere on earth that you can invest $3,000 and make $80,000, into in a matter of 2 years. Okay, so even the banks would give you, if you invest in the banks, they would probably give you like 7% annual return, like yearly, around about 6 to 7 or 8 or 9, 10%. That is if the bank is helping you to manage your portfolio and stuff like that, which is okay. I'm not. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, you better do let somebody else help you out, right? Which is fine. But imagine this, right? Imagine, and I'm going to show you guys, maybe not today, maybe in the future session, I'm going to show you what the bank do and how you can do the same in cryptos, okay? But it's probably not going to be today because I don't want to be here for too long as well. But anyway, you can see something like looks like a W in the form of the price pattern here. So the smart investors will have got in here, but well, those who probably understand the technical analysis saw days and they would be waiting for um let me just delete this. So they would be waiting for the price to break this level here, okay, before they get in. So the semi smart investors will probably get in around about this level, okay, which is around about $10,000, and then the price actually got to 40,000 last week or thereabout. So this is the bubble that people were talking about, and then guess what, everybody say, oh, Bitcoin is a scam, Bitcoin is crashing, and everybody was selling their Bitcoins. People were crying, like people were crazy, people borrowed money to um get into Bitcoins at 20,000, and they're looking at their money is going down by the day. Why? Because they lack the knowledge, guys. So anyway, and then the smart investors got in, and then the price started going up. And I'm going to show you guys something today. Also, before I show you what I'm going to show, this is not the time to get into Bitcoins because you already know what goes up, what's going to happen, is going to come down, obviously. Okay. I don't know when it's going to come down. And I'm going to advise you guys, like, stop listening to people that they don't know what they're talking about. Okay. So guys, there's so many guys on the internet, there's so many people that they just say, okay, I'm gonna give you an example that actually happened to me, and I am someone that actually knows a little bit about this stuff, right? So a couple of years ago I invested in a Bitcoin Cash. I'm gonna show you that, and I had a goal for that investment. But then I don't know, just randomly, I saw a guy on YouTube, and the guy said, "Oh, Bitcoin Cash is gonna crash." And I don't know why. I usually don't listen to people like that, but for some reason, I just sold my Bitcoin Cash at that time, and then guess what? My projections actually came through. The price went up, like the price went. I was so mad because I was actually I had a goal for that, for that project at that time. I was so mad. I was like, wow, why did that? And this happened in a matter of days, guys. Like I sold my coins today, and then the price, like in 2 or 3 days, the price went to where I was expecting it to go. Oh my goodness, you guys do not know. I was raving. I was like, but why? But I never listened to this guy. So I'm gonna encourage you guys, please stop listening to people. People don't know what they're talking about. They're just gonna tell you, oh, buy Bitcoins is going up, buy Bitcoins is going up. Listen, history tells us that what goes up will always come down. If I were you and I want to invest in Bitcoins, I'm not gonna go in right now, though it might still go up a little bit, but trust me, it's gonna crash at some point in time. When I say crash, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because it means that you can buy cheaper, okay? And usually when the market crashes, it's probably gonna retest the previous support level, which is somewhere around here. So it's probably going to retest the previous support level, which is going to be around here, or it might not even get to that level again because we all know that Bitcoins is crazy, crazy, crazy right now. Okay. So some years ago, I had the opportunity to talk to one of the guys that own one of the exchanges. I'm not going to mention the name again. So so that was in 2017 when Bitcoin was crashing because I was talking to this guy. I was able to get hold of him. So I said to him, but Bitcoin is crashing. So what make you feel that it's going to go up? The guy was just looking at me and he laughed. So he gave me some examples, or I can't remember how he actually explained it, but he told me that by his projection that the least Bitcoin can get to is going to be $300,000. But I said to him, but look, the price is crashing. He said, look at me, Sammy. It was like, this happens every year, like year after year, everybody panics and they sell, and then the price goes up again. So it was like by his projection, bitcoins would go as far as $300,000 or even more. I've seen some people say that bitcoins would get to $1 million, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea. I have no clue where bitcoins is gonna get to, because it's just a crazy investment right now, a crazy asset right now. So anyway, I wouldn't say that you should get into bitcoins right now, because you know that what goes up would always come down. But anyway, if you want to get in there, you can get in maybe, I would say first
Oh,
know
you
what
didn't
you're
need.
doing,
Okay.
seek a mentor, find out what's happening in the market, read news. It's not all news, okay? Some news are misleading and some news are really, really, really good, okay? Maybe I would show you a website. You can go there and read some news later as well. So okay, so now I'm gonna tell you about the opportunities that I'm actually sporting right now. This is the juicy part of it. Okay, so some smart investors are actually rubbing their hand right now. They're rubbing their hand because they can see something about to happen. Okay, I'm gonna start with Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum did something similar to Bitcoins. Okay. Okay. Let me go back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoins, the all-time high for Bitcoins was 20,000 until this was a late 2020 or thereabout. Then the price broke above the all-time high. Okay. So some same thing is about to happen in Ethereum, and I'm going to show you. And look at what happened, guys. When the price broke the all-time high, it went crazy, really, really, really crazy. Like the all-time high was $20,000, and the price doubled that to $40,000. Okay, and who knows? I don't think the bullish market is over yet, but I think there's going to be some minor corrections anyway, because it's impossible for you to keep saying this. This is crazy. When you see something, this is really, really crazy. Okay. But let's look at Ethereum. I'm with Ethereum is a little bit different, because if you look at it right here, this is where I would have got in. And a lot of people ask me, oh, so how many cryptos do you have? Some of you guys already know I am a private person and I don't really talk about. There's some people that I can tell, I do tell, but I don't actually tell everybody. But anyway, if I were you and you knew what you were doing, this is where you should have got into Ethereum. Why? Because you can see that W that I talked about here, right? Look at that. Look at it's not like a real W, but if you guys will understand technical analysis, actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, so same thing happened in Ethereum. So if I were you, this is what I would have gotten in Ethereum when it was around about $300. I would have gotten around about $300, guys. If you got like say $300 Ethereum and then you got five of it, okay, you're gonna spend $1,500. But today, your $1,500 is gonna be worth $8,000, guys, just in a matter of weeks. So if you knew what you were doing and then you get into Ethereum when it was about to break this level, okay, if you're a smart investor, like you probably would have gotten here. But anyway, not everyone is going to be a smart investor. That's okay. But at least if you had got into Ethereum when it was around about $300 and you got five of it for $1,500, like 1,500, okay, today your Ethereum would be worth $8,000. What, in a matter of weeks, okay, or months anyway. No, months anyway. Okay, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. And guess what? I think there's gonna be a minor correction here, but I believe there is another opportunity. Again, disclaimers, guys. I am not asking you to take out your money and invest in cryptos. Okay, I am just showing you some potential opportunities that I can identify using the technical analysis, but I'm not actually saying that you should go out there and invest in crypto. So I just want you guys to know that. Okay. So in Ethereum, right here, you can see this is the all-time high, just like Bitcoins. That's the all-time high. So what everybody's waiting for right now is for this to break the all-time high. Like if you actually didn't get in right now, you might still have another opportunity to get in. But then remember what goes up always come down. Okay, so there's most likely to be another correction here in Ethereum. And looking at this, I'm not convinced that if this actually breaks the all-time high, that it's gonna do like Bitcoins did. Okay, and it's possible. I mean, look at Bitcoins. It didn't actually rest after breaking the all-time high. And I want to show you something, guys, here, which is technical analysis. There is a pin bar here, right on this level. So some people who understands trading would have gotten here, because this is an indicator that's saying that the price is going to go up. There is a pin bar right there. But anyway, let me not bore you with that. So looking at Ethereum, I'm not really convinced that it's gonna, do the same as Bitcoins, but I'm looking at an opportunity right here. Like if the price breaks this level, most likely it would probably do the same thing that Bitcoins did. Okay. But for me, I think this is a really, really strong bullish market that I would not get in. Well, if I were you, let me put it that way. If I were you, I would probably not get in now. I would probably wait for some time. But let me show you some other opportunities right here. This is a juicy one. Like I'm rubbing my hands. This is a very nice one. This is a very, very nice one that I think this is an opportunity that anyone can get in right now. First, we have the W happened like it now looks like three U's, right? It's more than a W, and it now looks like triple U or whatever you want to call it. Okay. But look, the price is just breaking above the most recent resistance that built now turned support because the price broke above this level. I would actually I would say I'm a bit convinced that this price would go all the way probably to this level. So I'm convinced, again, do your due diligence and don't say SB asked me to. Yeah, Chris. So Chris is asking. So Chris is asking, this is Bitcoin Cash. Yes, this is Bitcoin Cash. Okay. So if I were you, or if I wasn't into this already, and I'm looking at this right now, I'm just gonna be rubbing my hands because I am convinced that this is gonna go up. But then again, it can still go down because usually when Bitcoins is going down, then sometimes, not all the time, then the altcoin. So we call these guys altcoins. So for you guys that doesn't know, so any coin that is not Bitcoins is called altcoins. Okay, so I am looking at this right now, and I'm looking at the price breaking above the previous resistance, which has now turned support. And I'm just rubbing my hands saying, wow, the price is most likely going to get to 1,600. Again, you want to pay attention to the news because sometimes with cryptos, there can be a news that says like a country is against the coin, and then that's gonna just affect everything. Like XRP, right? I don't know what's going on with XRP at the moment, Ripple coin, but anyway, um, I would be rubbing my hands now, and I will be looking at, oh, okay, the price can literally go to 1,600, even on 2,300. Okay, so I would be saying, okay, so if I invest in this coin right now, so now this is just around about $500, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, this is most likely, it actually already happened. Okay, we can see the strong bullish candle there. So I would think that this would go to, there is a previous support there, and that's why the price probably bounced back a little bit. So I would wait for this price to break through this level, and then I would expect the price to get to this level next. Or here, or guys, if it did the same thing that Bitcoins did, so most likely this would go up to maybe $5,000, guys. Imagine you invest $500 and then you're able to your investment you make $5,000 off $500, guys. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, okay? So don't say that like people, I know sometimes people would say, oh yeah, you told me to this. No, I'm not saying that, okay? So but that's my projection. At least I am thinking that if the price could break this level, then it's going to reach that level, or it's probably going to reach the previous high. Of course, there's nothing stopping it from reaching that. Okay, let's go to Litecoin. Litecoin is another coin that I like. Look at this, guys. Once again, the W. Look at that. The price was testing that level. Now it broke through. So once again, I would expect the price to reach that level or that level or even $1,000. Okay, I would expect the price to easily um, get to like $1,000, because Litecoin is also another coin that I know that a lot of people are into, same as Ethereum. Bitcoin Cash as well. I'm not so sure what's going on with Bitcoin Cash, but Bitcoin Cash is a crazy coin as well. Sometimes it can emulate what Bitcoin was doing and then go crazy. Okay, but this is Litecoin. Once again, I believe there is an opportunity here because the price is just it actually just broke above the previous resistance and now it's turned support. And then I am just assuming that this is going to go up again. Do the maths, guy. It's just $140 right now. So $145 right now. Imagine you buy 10 of these, okay? So that would be 1450, okay? If it ever goes to $1,000, so you'll be making $14,500, right? So I mean, I don't know anything you can do that's gonna give you that huge returns right now. But there is also an opportunity here that I'm looking at, and uh, Ethereum Classic is also approaching that kind of level where I'm looking at, I'm saying, okay, so if it breaks through this level, then it's probably most likely going to go back to the all-time high, around about $36. Right now, it's $11. Okay, who knows if this is ever gonna get to $100? Who knows? You never know, right? So imagine you bought Ethereum Classic today. Maybe you spend $1,000. Okay, um, and that would give you 90 Ethereum Classic. If it ever gets to $100, so imagine you're spending $1,000 and then you're making $9,000 in return. That's not bad, isn't it? I mean, and there's something that I explained in the group as well about a wealth formula that I actually learned from Robert Kiyosaki. Um, Okay, it's a bit long, so I don't want to include that, but maybe it's something that we're going to also talk about in the future when we're talking about financial intelligence. So it's not all about investing $1,000 and making $9,000, and then you go off and buy the latest car in town, and then you're back to zero. It doesn't make sense, right? So it's about you invest $1,000 and then you make $10,000 back, and then you might reinvest, let's say $2,000 or $3,000. You can spoil yourself for $1,000. Okay, you can buy whatever you like, you can do whatever you like, and then you can use the remaining $6,000 or $7,000, whatever you have left. You can invest into other things like landed properties, like in Nigeria right now the lands are crazy, and like the lands are really really crazy. The other day I stumbled upon a guy and he was telling me that um like a Jewish guy, and he was telling me that when his grandparents, when they first came to Canada, that what the first thing they did was they bought as many lands as they could. Like they own like the vast majority of the lands in Canada. So it was like they bought as many lands as they could. And he was saying to me, listen, guy, and there is another guy there, is a Uber driver who actually knew the Jewish guy a long time ago. And the guy was saying, when he first met the Jewish guy, he told him the same thing, and he quickly went into. He's from Sudan, but he went to Kenya, and he bought a piece of land for. At that time, he invested $4,000 into that piece of land about 20 years ago. The guy was saying to me today that his land in Kenya right now would be worth around about $1 million. that was what it was saying, that it's land with reward. So it's not about you make you invest $1,000 and then you get $10,000 in return, and then you go and buy all the latest car. You want people to know it would, I mean, you're going to be back to zero, right? But how people become wealthy is the wealth formula, which I just basically explained just now. But it's definitely more than that, and I'm going to be talking about that in the future sessions anyway. So let's go back to Ethereum Classic. I see an opportunity right here, and I am, I don't really know about Ethereum Classics. I don't know how well it's gonna do, but using the knowledge of technical analysis, I could literally say, okay, if it ever broke through like $11, then it would probably go to maybe $20. So you can double your money, right? Or it would probably go to around about $36. Okay. So those are the opportunities that I am actually seeing right now. So I get guys and they ask me, oh, what cryptos can I invest in now that's going to give me, 1,000% in return or 400% in return? Guys, I don't know. I don't tell people, oh, go and buy cryptos, right? And you guys that have been with me for the past 4 years, you know something about me. Wealth is it's a gradual process. So I don't believe in people that want to get rich overnight. A lot of people, they're just looking for like cryptos that would pump and dump. You guys, some of you guys know what I'm talking about, and some of you guys don't know. So basically, pump and dump is like some guys, they would create some cryptos, which is not bitcoins, and then they would pump the price really, really, really high, and then a lot of people would buy, and then they would dump the price. So a lot of guys are asking me for things like that. I don't do one of those. Like I would say, oh, the coin is pumping, so, and I don't believe in getting rich quick. Okay, I don't believe in, say, you do something today and then you become rich tomorrow. Obviously, unless you win a lottery, but then you know what happens to a lot of people that win lotteries. Most of them go broke again because they lack financial intelligence. So, guys, for those of you who are asking me, so what coins can I buy and it's gonna be 1,000% maybe next week? I don't know. I mean, I don't do things like that. I have no clue. What I know is what I'm showing you right now. Okay, so let's look at Dash as well. Again, look at Dash. It's pretty low right now, and it's approaching that resistance level. Once again, I am thinking that if there's actually breakthrough here, then it's probably most likely gonna go to that level. So, but those of you guys that see what I'm doing, you probably have an understanding what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to identify the uh, support and the resistance, that the most previous ones. Okay. And there are other tools that I use, but I'm not gonna put up tools on my chat now because it's just gonna become messy. But those tools also help me to identify what's going on in the market and what's going to happen next. Okay, so those are the ones that I am looking at right now, and then I'm saying, I'm rubbing my hands. Like if I were you, I would be rubbing my hands and say, okay, maybe this is going to go up soon. Just keep an eye on them. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to stop sharing this. I want to go to a website and I want to show you guys what I do as well. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm going to stop sharing this for a while, and I'm going to go to a website, and then you can, I want to show you some other things that I do. I hope everybody's learning something so far today. So give me a thumbs up if you're learning, if you're excited about this session, you know, clap, whatever you can do. So, okay, I'm gonna share. Yeah, Chris is dancing. Awesome. So, yeah, so this is another website that most of you guys already know. But if you're new to cryptocurrencies, you probably don't know about this. But this is coinmarketcap.com. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, everybody. You're so awesome. You guys rock. Okay, so this is what I do, guys. I don't do all of those coins that says, oh, there's pumping. I'm not someone that believes in getting rich overnight, and it's not part of me. So I don't do anything like that. But this is what I do. I come on I come here on Coin Market Cap, and what I do is I check the top 10 to top 20 coins. Okay, you guys can see, I mean, some of you guys already know, but I know there are some people here today that don't know about this, so let me just do that. Okay, so you guys can see Bitcoin is number one, of course, is the king. Okay, Ethereum is number two. Okay, this is, don't worry about this. This is just a coin that represent US dollars. So basically, what this means is, say for example, I bought Bitcoins for um, $1,000, okay, and then my Bitcoins is now worth $10,000, and then I have the knowledge that Bitcoins is gonna crash. So what I do, then I convert my Bitcoins into USDT, which is the same thing as US dollars. So that coins is just equivalent. Oh, there, you can see right there. So it's equivalent of $1. Okay. So basically, what I'm doing is I am protecting my Bitcoins in USDT, and I'm just waiting for the price to go up again. Okay. So don't worry about that. You don't need to buy that unless you wanna you wanna what's it called? You want to protect your investment, right? You want to cash out and protect your investment. So next one I'm looking at here, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yesterday was the first time that I saw this coin. So this is gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be rubbing my hands because this coin is $18 right now. Remember, Bitcoins was $20 at a point in time. Is this coin ever gonna get to $40,000? Guys, I don't know. I cannot tell you that. Okay. So I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be rubbing my hands and I'm gonna dig further into this coin because it's in the top 10 to top 20. Okay. And there are two things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the price, $18, very, very, very good. Okay. And then I'm looking at the circulating supply. Usually, it's not always the case, but usually, when the circulating supply is low, it kind of helps the coin to appreciate a lot. I mean, from what I've seen so far, but it's not always the case anyway. Um, yeah, look at the circulating supply of Bitcoins. It's only 18.6 million. Okay. Ethereum is 114 million. Not bad. Not bad. Um, OG, you're welcome. You're welcome on board. So not bad. So this guy, I'm looking at this guy, 900 million. Not bad. Like when you compare, like we have more than 7 billion people in the world, right? Everybody is trying to get their hands on Bitcoins right now. And guys, you know what I think happened to Bitcoins? I think Bitcoins now, some big whales now they hold on, they have Bitcoin, so they waited for the price to crash. That there are so many news in 2017 that Bitcoins is a scam, Bitcoins is this, Bitcoins is that, everything just to crash the price of Bitcoins. Okay, so those guys now, I believe they hold a number of Bitcoins, and I don't know what they're gonna do with that in the future, but we just have to wait and see. So you can imagine 17 billion people in the world trying to grab something that is only 18 million, 18.6 million in circulation. So that's pretty low circulating supply. Same thing here. So I'm looking at this guy, Polkadot, DOT. I'm going to open that on a separate website. I'm going to do my due diligence and I'm going to say, okay, do I want to buy this coin and wait for another 2, 3, 4, 5 years and see if it's ever going to get to 10,000 or even $1,000? Imagine you spend $18 today and then you make $1,000. That's free money, guys. Okay. So I'm going to be looking at that. XRP is Ripple. I don't really know what's going on right now, but I know I'm going to show you something. So by the way, guys, I own this website. Okay. So what I do with this website is all of the crypto news online, I gather them in one place. Okay, I get all the crypto news just in one website, so I can see what's going on in the crypto space. Okay, because it's so crazy. Like if you start subscribing to like 100 different a 100 different websites or channels, it's also got some YouTube as well. So basically it's kind of picking up everything that is happening in the crypto space all in one space. Okay, so I saw something about XRP here the other day, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna read through and see. But At the moment, I don't know. XRP is it crashed or something happened. So, and again, guys, look at it. This is way too much. Like this is 45 billion. So you can compare 45 billion to 18 million, right? 18.6 million. So this is 45 billion. So that means there's way more XRP, which is called repo in circulation compared to Bitcoin or even compared to this coin right here. Okay. So this as well, it's something that I'm going to be looking into. So again, this is 31 billion. Okay. So the circulating supply is a bit high. So I probably would bypass that. Again, I do tell people to do your due diligence, okay? Because you never know what's gonna happen. Nobody knew that Bitcoins. A guy. Oh, you guys can Google it and you can read it online. So a guy bought um, exchanges Bitcoins during the initial stages, 10 Bitcoins. So this guy had 10 Bitcoins. You guys have probably heard about this. So this guy had 10 Bitcoins probably in 2011 or somewhere around about that year, and he exchanged his 10 bitcoins with a pizza, with a box of pizza. Okay, the guy that took the 10 bitcoins, I cannot remember, but if he kept its 10 bitcoins in exchange for a pizza at that time today, that guy would be worth $400,000 today. Okay, so I cannot tell you what's going to happen to any of these coins in the next 5 years or whenever it happens, but you have to do your due diligence. And one thing I also tell people is invest what you can afford to lose. So if all you can afford to lose is $100, come on guys, um we go to dinner and we eat for like $100. Come on. So if you can let go of $100, let go of it. So if it comes back in good return, all well and good, right? So I don't actually support people that, I've heard of people, they go to the bank, they borrow money, they have no knowledge about Bitcoins. Bitcoins is selling for $20,000. These guys are going to the bank and borrowing money, and then they're putting in Bitcoins, and then the price crashed to $3,000. Again, they have no clue what they're doing. They're crying. I saw something online the other day, like as a young boy in Nigeria, he committed suicide because they lost 300 million. Come on, guys, let's stop doing that, okay? Have a knowledge of what you're doing, okay? So this is what I do. So I look at the top 10 to top 20. So this kind of caught my attention. So I'm going to look at that. That one, I've known about it for a long time. So I'm not really, I'm probably going to bypass that. But you guys who might be interested, you can have a look. And I think I do have some of this as well anyway. Like when it first came out, like the Cardano, I think I do have it. I have to check, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So all of these guys already show. All of these I already show you guys. This is another one that is getting my attention right now. Wow. Okay. So let me tell you something. This is getting my attention right now because this is selling. This was actually selling for $15 or $14 5 days ago. Now it's $20. Okay. The reason it's getting my attention is because of the circulating supply and because I believe this is also a DeFi project. So DeFi project, it's not something that I know much about, but I've read a little bit about it. So when I go to the DeFi coins right here, this coin is number one right now. Okay. So it kind of caught my attention because the circulating supply is 401 401 million, right? Sorry, I just had to admit someone. Okay. So I'm also gonna look into some DeFi projects and I'm gonna look at maybe Uniswap, which is selling for $8 and it's the top three right now. But I'm gonna go back to these guys here. So that's gonna I'm gonna be looking into that. Um Again, Binance is a cryptocurrency exchange. Okay. So again, something that I might be looking into. And I think the price has actually gone up. I don't really know what's going on with Binance. Again, these guys, this is equivalent to US dollars. Okay, so don't worry about that. It's just something for you. Like if you have the knowledge of what you're doing, and then your asset goes up, and then you want to save your money. So you turn $1,000 into $10,000 and you want to hold it so nothing happens to it, whether the price is crashing or anything, your $10,000 will remain, right? Because if you don't take out your $10,000 at the time the price is crashing, then it's gonna go down in value, and then you have to wait again maybe a year or two for the price to go up, right? So um, I know Bitcoin SV. I'm not really interested. I don't really know what's going on with that coin. But again, it's so Bitcoin Cash. Where is it? So Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, they're actually a part of Bitcoin. So they came out of Bitcoin. Okay, so I don't know if they're ever going to do anything, but it looks like they're kind of floating, like they're not really moving the way people are expecting them to move. So I'm not gonna look into that. There's a wrapped Bitcoin here. Again, it's the same price as Bitcoin right now. Wow. So the circulating supply, this is the least that I've ever seen. The circulating supply is 110,000. That is why the price is really, really high right now. I know about XMR, so and again, and I think I might have got this in the past that I still have it. I don't know, so I have to check. But I'm not really gonna look into that. So I'm just looking into the new ones that are getting into the top 20 right now. So yeah, look at that. Uniswap is a Devi project. I know when this was like $4 or thereabout. So now it's $8. Okay, so imagine I put in $1,000 a week ago. Today I'm gonna have $2,000. That's just the way it is in the crypto space, right? I knew when this was like $4 a week ago because I was looking into like coins that I'm like, okay, so which one, like I'm like, okay, so which one shall I go into right now? But look at this. I knew when it was $4 and I knew when this was $15, right? Um yeah, so basically that's what I do. I look into the top 20, let's see, and then I look into the circulating supply, and then you can visit this website if you like. It's, once again, there's something about life. Sometimes when something interests you, then you become more interested in it, and then you want to know more about it. And then sometimes, like the guys that are asking, oh, what coin can I buy that's going to turn to 1,000% in a week or two? Like, I don't know. But if you're so much interested in that, then maybe you can also find out more about it, right? So if something actually interests you, you can learn more about it. So there is a website here that you're free to take a look, read about it. So look at this. I'm just seeing this today. So Africa to bring 100 million users to debt free in 3 years from now, says founder of Cardano. Okay, so that's an interesting news, right? So that news is probably good for DeFi project. Okay, and remember, I was saying I was looking at this coin, Chainlink and Uniswap. Okay, maybe that's the reason the price actually went up in a number of days. Who knows? Okay, so I'm just seeing that news today. So what's today? Today's yeah, so the 16th. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I do, guys. I don't think there is anything else that I want to show you. So I'm going to go back to my presentation screen. So I hope you guys, so if we have any questions, like we can make it interactive. Uh, I have the member of my mastermind groups here, and I also have the guys that actually learn forex from me, so you guys can actually help out as well. If you see any question that you have the answer, you obviously you can let people know, especially if it's around about technical analysis, because I know you guys, you have the knowledge already. Okay, so I believe what you just wanted to see today was the opportunities that I was going to talk about. So I'm going to go back to my sharing screen. Hold on a second. Yeah. So if you have any questions, anything you're not sure about, I've been the one talking, and I need to drink some water right now. So let me know, or you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. That's my WhatsApp number. And I just want to encourage you guys to invite other people to join in future sessions. I'm so sorry, guys. I do plan to have these on a weekly basis, but sometimes, like to get all the a presentation, the slides, the PowerPoint, and everything. It is a little bit overwhelming because I do so many things. Okay, but If it's not gonna be happening, then I'm not gonna post anything on my status. But if it's gonna be happening, then you're gonna see on my status that okay, we're having a session this week. So what we do is our weekly sessions is financial intelligence on every Saturdays, and then on Sundays we have our lifestyle transformational coaching session. So that's a different session entirely. That's tied around what we call the wheel of life. So wealth, health, relationship, your purpose, your calling in life, and spirituality. So that's different from what we're doing today. So I've got a question from Esther Abe, and I'm new to all of this, although I'm understanding about how do I learn basic crypto. So what you can do to learn basic cryptos, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I can the good thing about the world today is like everything you want is actually online. Like if you Google something today, you're gonna find an answer. If you go on YouTube, you're gonna find an answer. Sometimes, yes, I get it, you don't find 100%, or sometimes we learn differently. Like sometimes, like me, the way I learn is practical, right? I hate when someone is trying to, like make me read something to understand. But when you teach me something once, then I understand once. That's me. So, and I understand. So, but anyway, Mrs. Esther, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I'm gonna send you some free videos on YouTube. They actually talked about cryptos and stuff like that, so they can help you, and then you can move on from there. Do we have any other question in the house, please? Oh yeah. So Emmanuel is asking, apart from cryptos, are there any other practical tips that one can adopt to financial field? Absolutely, absolutely. That's what we're gonna be talking about. Like yesterday, I had a meeting, a webinar with my mastermind group. We talked about drop shipping. Then I told them a few things as well about online real estate. So there's something that's called an online real estate right now. So I show them an example. Then I think I talked about drop servicing. So yeah, there's so many things that you can do, aside from cryptos. I mean, I'm gonna be very, very honest. I believe that cryptos, even though I know that crypto is here to stay, I still kind of believe that it's risky. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest on that. But am I investing in it? Of course I am. Yeah, yeah. Because Emmanuel is saying crypto. Yeah, Emmanuel, there's something that I said as well. Um, Investing is not risky. Not knowing what you're doing is risky. But I get it. You came in late, so reach out to me on WhatsApp, and I'm gonna make the recorded video available that you can listen over again. So Emmanuel, not knowing what you're doing in life. Okay, okay. If you've never driven a car and then you go inside the car and then you put on the ignition, and just in the name that you see everybody driving, and then you believe that you can drive, there is a very strong chances that you're going to crash the car because you've never ever driven a car. It's the same thing with cryptos. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, people were buying cryptos when it was 20,000. That's being stupid. You should buy when it's 3,000. But people don't know. Like when you don't know something, then you end up doing what people are doing, that you do these things blindly. So yeah, so reach out to me. We're gonna be talking about other things as well. The reason I wanted to do this crypto session, nobody knows what's going to happen. Like all of those opportunities that I mentioned, that I outlined, they might be gone in a matter of weeks. That's why I was like, okay, let me make the first session about cryptos. And then going forward, then I want to talk about financial intelligence, basically. So how do you acquire assets, and then how do you actually make them to bring money into your pocket? So that's basically, again, it's not going to happen overnight. Okay, I know some people want to get rich overnight. I'm so sorry, but it's not possible. It's not possible to just become a millionaire overnight. But yes, is it possible over a course of 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Of course it is. Of course it is. Like I don't know if my realtor is here, but I'm working with a realtor in Nigeria right now, and yeah, and I'm not sure if she actually sent that to me, but I know someone sent it to me that in Nigeria, like in Lekki, like the lands were selling for just under a million naira in like 15 years ago, or something like that, guys. But today, people who invest, I mean, that time people were saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna go; it's too far." It's a forest. Oh, people always come up with excuses, right? But today, the people who actually invested in those lands, they're selling their lands from anywhere between 50 million and 100 million, guys, just in a matter of 15 years. Okay, so okay, okay, it's good. She's here. Okay, so yeah, so there's so many ways that you can become wealthy, but you have to be patient. You have to sacrifice. Like, there's something that I always tell people in my group: people don't understand how to delay their gratification, and that is why a lot of us, we end up trading our time for money, because we value getting paid every 30 days, or sometimes in some parts of the world people get paid on a bi-weekly basis, or fortnightly. So but anyway, we value getting paid every 30 days. Okay, we value that, and then we do not understand the value of delayed gratification, and that is one of the things that we're going to be talking about in the financial intelligence sessions. Okay, we have to understand what it means to sacrifice 3 months of your life, or 6 months, or even a year, and then you become financially free for the rest of your life. Okay, so you can imagine that. So you can imagine sacrificing a little bit of your time. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very, very tough. But then maybe in the coming years, you just gotta see everything rolling in and rolling in. Like I gave some examples earlier, and I'm gonna go back to that slide. So I just want to show you. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this. Okay, a lot of you guys, you know who this guy is, right? Is a comedian in Nigeria. I showed this earlier. This guy is earning, I believe it's more than this, because the last time I checked, this doesn't actually reflect the what these guys actually earn. Okay, but let's just say, for argument's sake, so this guy is earning $1 million in Nigeria, guys. If you're earning $1 million in Nigeria today, would you even think about leaving the country, or would you? I mean, come on, guys. So there's so many things we can do, but then do we understand delayed gratification? So this guy right here, do you think he started earning $1 million on the first day? Do you think he started earning $1 million in the first 5 years of his comedy or whatever he does? No, but he understand delayed gratification. At the beginning, it's very tough. It's very tough, but if you can endeavor, if you can hang in there, of course, you're gonna get to where you want to get to. And I'm talking from experience, because many years ago, I have an idea of creating a YouTube channel, which is about the law of attraction. And I gave up after like 6 months. Why did I give up? Because I was expecting this thing to start giving me money, even less than 6 months, right? I gave up. You know what? I saw a guy that actually started around about the same time. So anytime you're thinking about something, the universe is so powerful. Anytime you're thinking about something, somebody else is also thinking about it. That is just the way it is. Somebody else is thinking about the same thing you're thinking about right now. And if you're not careful, they're gonna beat you to the game. So I I didn't know all of these things that I know then anyway. I didn't understand delayed gratification. I was like, okay, why is my YouTube not getting any views? This and that, and then I gave up, right? This guy is in the United States. He has a lot of attraction channel. He earns around about $50,000 on a monthly basis just on YouTube. Just on YouTube is earning around about 50. Come on, guys. If you're anywhere you are in the world, you're earning around about $50,000. Would you ever trade your time for money? Would you ever allow anybody else to be your boss, and then they control when you can go on vacation? They control how much you're gonna earn. You're literally like they're literally like controlling your life in a way, because your life is tied around about that job, or employment, right? So that's the way it is. But then we have to understand what delayed gratification is. So yes, so we're gonna be talking about a lot of these things. Online real estate is also good. Again, what I do tell people in my group, is that these things require you have a mentor. Okay, if I'm talking about online real estate, and then you go on Google and then you type in online real estate, you're probably not going to find it out anyway. You're probably not going to understand exactly what I mean by online real estate. But let's say you understand, but you quickly rushed in and then you created a website believing that you started your own online real estate. At the end of the day, you probably get a give up because you have no idea of what you're doing. The same thing in Forex. Okay, people go into Forex blindly because they watch a video on YouTube. But again, you guys would know Forex is one of the it's very risky, but at the same time, if you know what you're doing and you can dedicate your time to it, then it's good, right? So it depends. Like, we have to understand that, okay, yeah, we gotta sacrifice, nothing like, oh, I'm gonna start today and tomorrow I'm gonna become a millionaire. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so that's gonna be about it, guys. So that would be the session for today. I don't think we do have any buddy that's got any other question. But if you reach out to me on WhatsApp, if you have any question, also please do reach out to me, because what's going to happen is I do so many other things, and then I will most likely forget. So if you don't reach out to me, or sometimes you have to bug me as well, because I know some guys in our group, like uh, I don't know if honesty is here. Like, it's the number one person I know that can bug, it can be on your case. And I think that's a good thing. You're welcome, Emmanuel. You're welcome. So it's a good thing to bug people if they allow you to, because sometimes people do forget things, and sometimes if you don't keep asking and asking, I might forget. So please reach out to me if you have any question, and I will be more than happy to point you in the right direction. If it's not something that I know, I would point you in the right direction. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. I really want to thank everybody that we're on board today. See, this is what I talk about, honesty, guy. Honesty is not a young man, and he calls me dad because he's one of my mentees, and is someone that I have actually we've worked together on so many things. And there's one thing I like about him, and I'm gonna bring him on board one day. He has a story to share, and it's not gonna be now. I'm working on a project with him right now. He has a story to share, and I'm gonna bring him on board one day. You're gonna hear about him. Is just a humble guy. It's just humble. Like, it would. Yeah, Honesty is Nigerian, and he has a testimonial to share, but it's not gonna be today. His name is Peter, actually, but we just call him Honesty. Okay, so he has a testimony to share, but it's not gonna be today. I have that separately for a different day. I'm also gonna be bringing my realtor on board as well. Again, I believe she has a testimony, a very powerful one to share. And uh, I believe her story is kind of inspiring. Okay, so, but it's not gonna be today anyway. I want you guys to just do your thing for now. When it's time, I'm gonna bring you on board, and then you're gonna be on the hot seat. To learn forex and cryptos, I would say to learn forex, it's probably gonna take around about maybe 2 months. Okay, this is something that I always tell people. Forex is like learning how to drive a car. Okay, you're not gonna be an expert in a day, but what I do say to people is, if you learn how to trade forex, then you can use the knowledge to actually trade cryptos, or or invest in crypto. So sometimes I would say to people that, oh, I want to cash out in cryptos. Okay. So what I mean by that is I'm literally using Forex knowledge to trade cryptos. And then, like, I don't know if you heard what I was saying, like some years ago, I invested in Bitcoin Cash because I saw something coming. And then I listened to a guy and then I sold it. I cashed out, okay, very, very early. And that really, really hurt me really, really badly. Okay. So, yeah, so you can use the knowledge to do two things in cryptos. You can buy cryptos and leave it for like maybe the next 5 years, or you can trade it, but not like a day trading. Like you can buy and then maybe keep it for a month or two, but then you have to know what you're doing. So basically, let me show you something. Okay, let me go back to my chart and show you something. 1 second. I'm gonna pause this so I can show. Okay, so oh yeah, so OG said he's gonna share his testimony one day. So OG, I'm so much looking forward to that as well. I'm so much looking forward to that. So how long can it take for me to? Okay, so what I was explaining is in cryptos. So this is Bitcoin Cash. Okay, that was in 2019. Let me just do this. 2019. So um, yeah, so this is it. So in December 2018, I saw this, right? Remember the smart investors, okay? I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. And then I knew what with my tools anyway, which is not on this chart at the moment, but I knew the price was gonna get to this level. Okay. I think I saw something like that around about that time. So um Mrs. Esther, so I'm trying to explain how you can make good use of this. Okay, so what when I say you buy and cash out is what I was planning to do then was I want to get in around about this level and then wait until the price gets to this level. Okay, and let's assume that I was gonna invest $1,000, then I'm gonna buy around about um $100. So I would have 10 Bitcoin Cash. Okay. And this is separate from uh like what I would keep for like 5 or 10 years. Okay. So I have two different things that I do. One is that I buy and hold for forever. Okay. And one is like, okay, if I need money and I really, really need money, okay, I can look into this and say, okay, the price is low right now. I'm gonna get in. I had a plan for this actually. So I wanted to get in around about here, but I waited and waited. But I believe that I eventually got in around about here for some reason. And then the guy, I don't know, but I saw that video and then the guy said a Bitcoin Cash is gonna crash. And I don't know why I listened to him, to be honest. I don't know why I listened, but I listened. And then guess what? I sold my coins for literally no value because I bought it, then I sold it. And then days after, look at what happened. And then the price goes up, right? So this is what I'm saying, that you can buy anywhere at the bottom. So never buy at the top, buy at the bottom, wait for the price to go up and then cash out. Okay. Take your money out, wait for the next opportunity. Okay. So the way it works is you buy at the rate of $100. Okay. You sell at the rate of $400. So you have a profit of $300. So in the future, you're gonna wait for the price to go down again. Now you have $400. So you're gonna buy. You can keep your $100, so you know you're not losing anything ever again. So you're gonna invest $300. Remember, you bought at $100, you sold at $400, and then you made a profit of $300. So you can keep your $100. Now you have $300 free money. If anything ever happens to your $300, you have nothing to lose but the time that you go there to buy. Okay, so you use your $300 to buy again when the price goes down, and then you're gonna wait for the price to go up again, and then you're gonna sell. Okay, so um I think I told these stories to a number of people, and I'm going to say it again. So many years ago, I was in Nigeria, and I met a man is actually selling cements, like like used to build houses in Nigeria. So he just sat me down one day and then he told me that the way he does this is that he actually use the chart like what we're looking at right now. So he would buy one. No, and I mean everybody don't know about this. Okay, people that sell cement in Nigeria, they still make money, but this man makes like 10 times more than they make. Okay, so the man told me that he would wait for the price to go down, and then he used something like this, right? Like the charts, so he knows how to study the charts. And I think it was actually using the newspaper because I believe they print the charts in the newspaper or something. But it will check when the price goes down, and then it will buy like lots of trailers, okay? And then when the price starts going up, then it will start selling. Not only is it making his normal profits, but it's also making like 3 or 4 times more than those people who just buy and sell and buy and sell and buy and sell. So that's the same thing with cryptos, or with anything that you can literally see on the chart. Okay, so it's very important to know that. And I'm gonna show you something. I know I showed people this before, but I'm just gonna show you quickly. So let me see if I can find something. And then I'm gonna round up because I've been talking for too long right now. So I'm just gonna round up. So thank you guys for joining in. I'm just trying to answer. Let me see if there's any more questions actually. Okay, there's none. Okay, good. So let me show you something real quick. If it's on this chart. Okay, so coffee. Okay, let's look at coffee. Let's look at cotton. Okay, so these are things that people don't know about. Oh, cocoa. Yeah, look at that. So I like to use this a lot because I know this is this is something that is found a lot in Nigeria and other parts of Africa. Okay, so what people that actually understand this is so we're looking at cocoa right now. Okay, so what people do is people that understand this, even though people would still buy and sell over there, but people that actually understand this, they wait for the price to go down. They're gonna buy really, really, really cheap, and then they're gonna sell when the price goes up. So they're making money. Like even though if they buy and sell, they're still gonna add their own little profit to it, right? But then they bought it really, really low, and then they're gonna sell it really, really high. Okay, so that's what people do. It's like I do tell people financial like understanding technical analysis is not just about forex. Okay, forex is risky. You can do so many things. Like, so I just opened like cocoa, like cotton here as well. If we look at that, um and I know that this is a big trade in the like um many years ago, and I pretty much believe it's still the same right now. So look at that again. So people buy when the price goes down and they sell when the price goes up. Again, stocks market. Okay, this is the stocks market. To till today, people are making millions and billions in the stocks market. And guess what? The stocks market is nothing compared to cryptos in terms of volatility, in terms of the way the price goes up, right? It's nothing at all compared to bitcoins or cryptos and stuffs like that. So anyway, so that's about it, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. So reach out on WhatsApp. I'm gonna send to you whatever I can find about, if you want to learn like the basics of cryptos. And I believe cryptos is there to stay anyway, but I don't know what's going to happen, in the future, but I believe it's here to stay. So thank you guys. Thank you once again. We're going to catch up hopefully next week, and we're going to be talking about, financial intelligence in full. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for attending, and I'll see you around, guys. Thanks.